Welcome back to another episode of the Junk Monkeys podcast, everybody. We're keeping the energy up. We're high on life, everyone.
I'm just high in general. I'm kidding. I'm high.
Wait,
What?
No. Brad.
Guys.
You can't say that on the podcast.
Brad, you drove here.
Dan,
joking.
bleep that out.
Okay. Beep. There you go. Back to you guys.
Hey, welcome back. This is the Junk Monkeys podcast. Today, big episode, guys. Big energy, big time. We're living in the golden age of content, and we need to talk about it.
Golden age.
Yeah, let me tell you. So, without further ado, I want to introduce my guests. Not guests, I guess everybody's like host here. We're not
We are
yet.
co-founders.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
Sorry. First of all, Noah Garbutt, of course,
Hello there.
the co-founder of the Junk Monkeys podcast, and also on my right, Bradley Goertzen.
Yellow.
We have call signs as well. Sorry, I'm Randy McLeod. We have call signs. Noah is Noah Crit Garbutt.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley is Bradley Stank Goertzen.
The stankiest.
And I am Randy Quip McLeod. Anyway, yeah, today we're going to be talking about a lot of TV, a lot of movie, and we'll also
pop culture.
Yeah,
Pop culture in general.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a good chat about a lot of fun things.
I just want to chat about like the amount of time I've sat in front of my television, you know? So yeah, stick around for this episode of the Junk Monkeys podcast. I'm just gonna keep this train rolling. Like we're just gonna be like fucking
We're just gonna
barreling
keep
toward
going.
like
That was
Just gonna
that
keep
was a
going.
perfect
we got to
intro.
keep the energy moving. You know, like I might not breathe for the next 10 minutes. But
What episode are you at in Naruto there, Brad? I'm very curious.
I'd have to check. I think I'm in Shippuden now.
Okay, what
what the fuck
arc?
does that mean?
There's two different Narutos.
Yes,
one with the
there's
kids.
two. There's the original one
Okay.
where you follow Naruto from when he enters the Ninja Academy
Little child.
to when his mentor Jiraiya takes him away to help like give like personal training to him.
Season 2, episode 45 of Shippuden.
Okay, what arc
Basically,
is that?
they just finished the bridge fight.
The bridge fight?
You know when they're at the bridge and he turns
And he
and he
fights.
gets his Nine-Tails cloak for the first time?
Oh yes, against Orochimaru.
Yeah. They're
That's
they're just chasing Mr. Ink Guy into the
What
forest.
is happening?
Mr. Ink Guy?
You know the guy who draws things and they comes alive?
You mean Sai?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
I'm not very good at anime names.
Randy, honestly,
Hey,
it is some of the most creative shit that they do
It's amazing.
in that
man.
show.
It is amazing.
that's the thing. You know how like there's so much content out there that you'll never actually see.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
I feel like that's the world of anime. Like
Mhm.
there's a whole world out there that I'm just not a
There's
part of.
It's literally a different world.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
insane.
And like I can't it's just so creative. Like every character that they come across that has a like special name
Mhm.
is going to whip out something that you have never seen
And
before.
it's crazy impressive.
Huh.
Really good animation too. And
Okay.
fight scenes are godly. So amazing. Some of the best moments I've seen in like anime TV shows.
Just
in there.
wait till you get to the Naruto Sasuke fight.
Okay.
Like the
like
final
meeting
one.
again?
The final one.
Ooh.
Y'all are just saying words at this point.
And then there was also the Naruto and Sasuke who were fighting Momoshiki in Boruto. Just watch the fight because I don't
Okay.
care for Boruto, but I go back and I watch that fight because it is some of the cleanest animation I've seen.
Banging.
Banging. Do you know what else is banging? The Ode to Mike episode. That's right. I want to encourage everybody to go back and listen to that one because guess what? We didn't get a lot of views on that, but
It's
that's
fucking
okay.
dead.
We
It's
really thought that the idea that Mike might be dead would, a little
Might be.
clickbait action.
Yeah.
He is.
Oh, yeah. I
He's
forgot.
passed away.
Yeah.
He's literally
You'll have
outside-
to check
he's-
out the episode because that's
He's
his
on the
last
floor
words.
outside the booth right now.
Yeah, we didn't move him.
No.
I didn't
He died the
just
second
talk
the
to him
podcast
like
died.
half an hour ago.
No, of course not.
No.
Absolutely not.
You talked to him?
What?
see
So
that
yeah,
before.
check that out. It's on YouTube. Secondly, I want to let everybody know that our editor and fellow Junk Monkey, Dan, has created a Discord for the Junk Monkeys podcast. So you can like hop in there. The link to it is in the description of the video and the Spotify. And he's basically like he's gonna run that, but it's just hop in, talk with other fellow fans of the show.
Chat it up.
And
Talk about your favorite episode.
exactly. Maybe give us some ideas.
Yeah.
We'd love to chat about whatever you
Always
want us to
love
chat
that.
about.
Well, and we're going to be playing games and stuff too. So
Yeah.
like if we ever do something in the future, I'm not saying like immediately, but
Mhm.
far future, if we do like community game night or something,
Mhm, for
Yeah.
sure.
then that would be the channel
We
to
would chat.
join on and everything.
For sure. Two other things. Subscribe to our YouTube page because We're at 33 subscribers now, I believe, and we need 2 more to hit my new goal of 35. Because
You're just gonna keep pushing that back by 5.
let me
Just
tell you, that's that's
bursting through
attainable.
those roofs,
You
man.
just gotta
keep
burst through.
Nah, you
Blow
gotta
it to
set
the
it
roof.
high.
Oh, okay. Well, what's our goal for the end of the year?
If you
3
keep moving
million.
it back,
Yeah.
then it's a bunch of like small successes.
Yeah,
but you don't have that great big success.
No,
you know?
but I need that endorphin rush. Like I need.
Nah, you need that grind.
Okay. What's our goal for the end of the year?
50.
Noah? 50.
50 would be.
We would need 12 more subscribers at youtube.com/thejunkmonkeys, where you can hit the subscribe button.
Wasn't
click.
50 our original goal?
No.
No, it was definitely 30.
Yeah,
Was
it was,
it?
Yeah.
It was definitely 30.
Yeah.
I thought it was 50.
What-
No, because I was like, 50's never happening.
What do we start the year with?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I can look into that.
I thought we started this. When did we start this? In October?
It was around.
It was like-
end of September, October.
Yeah, it was like into the first semester of.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we started it then with the intent of getting 50.
Really?
I thought I remember it being
Wow,
50.
we were confident young men back
We were
then.
very
I still am.
optimistic.
Okay.
We're gonna get 50.
50 this year.
50 this
What
year.
happens if we don't get 50 this year?
He's gonna off himself.
Whoa, all right.
I'm
Whoa,
gonna
whoa.
shoot
Things
Brad
in
with
the
a paintball
podcast.
gun.
Okay.
If you actually can I shoot you with a paintball gun?
No,
I don't
no,
wanna
no,
get shot
no.
with a paintball
He
gun.
asked me what happens if we don't get 50.
But why
said,
do I
"Well,
have to get shot?
because you're a bystander.
Because I'm just here.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Brad, you gotta get shot.
Sorry, Brad.
Shirtless, no shirt.
Well,
shirt
now
on.
It's up to
now
you.
people won't subscribe because they want that. They want to see Brad get shot with a paintball gun.
You're right. We gotta do something.
If
bad.
we do get over 50, I'll let Brad shoot me with a paintball gun.
Hey,
Yeah,
there's an
there it is.
incentive.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
It's on the podcast now. You can't erase that from history.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Thrown into a bet. I wasn't even a part.
It's fine.
It's all right.
So topic of the show. More like topic of the shows.
Ooh.
Guys?
Fancy Randy.
Oh boy, we got
Rango.
TV up the wazoo right
The
now.
wazoo.
It's insane. So, how do I segue wazoo into Kenobi? No, you've been watching Kenobi.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, tell me about it, man.
So I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Really?
Yeah, no, it might come as a surprise.
Okay.
However,
It's kind of crazy. I've known you for years.
So wild.
yeah, no, it's the Kenobi finale is currently out, and I still have not seen it yet.
Oh,
Sometimes it gets like that when you're in TV shows, though. You know what
It-
I mean?
To me, Kenobi feels very slow,
mm-hmm.
and I understand why they're doing it, because obviously you can't have an insane amount of action. Because for those of those out there,
those of those.
Kenobi takes place after the fall of the Jedi Order, where all the Jedi are supposedly killed. So obviously, fucking Kenobi's not going to go around swinging his lightsaber a bunch, causing a bunch of.
Gotta be careful.
Just
Gotta be
you can't be
sneaky.
just putting
Yeah,
your
exactly.
lightsaber anywhere.
No.
However, at this point, Darth Vader already fucking knows, and
About
he's
what?
like the fucking leader of the Empire. So why wouldn't you just go around swinging your fucking lightsaber?
Sorry, Darth Vader knows Kenobi's alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he interacts with him in like episode 3.
Really?
Yeah, super early on.
Oh.
So at that
Big
point,
picking.
like, all the cards are on the table. I don't know why it still has to play out super slow.
Okay.
Kenobi has all the time in the world to like start doing some freaky Jedi stuff.
So basically, what I'm hearing is more Kenobi fucking shit up is wanted in the TV show. Like that's what you're missing is Kenobi going off.
I just
with
want
the
more
lightsaber.
action.
Is Kenobi known for action?
He's
is he
actually typically he's a very defensive person.
Okay.
That extends all the way to like his fighting style and his command style and like.
But that
Clone
makes
Wars
for
and stuff.
boring television.
It is. It is. But they did do a lot of really good things as well. Like
Okay.
it's nice to see a little bit more info on how the Skywalker twins are doing.
Mhm.
We get a lot more interaction with Leia as a kid, and you kind of get to see her earlier personality and how some of that has affected who she is when she's grown up in the movies and stuff.
So how old is she in this show? Like at this
10,
time?
I believe.
Oh, okay. So she's pretty young.
Yeah. So that's cool to see
Mm.
how she has that. How these events have shaped her as the senator that we've known her before.
Yeah.
But
It's interesting what they're doing with Star Wars because I feel like so far they're kind of like I'm not a Star Wars person.
Mhm.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Like Mandalorian is the only piece of Star Wars that I like. But like it's interesting what they're doing with their content of Star Wars in that so far at least, they seem to be filling gaps in time or going further in time with the sequels, like the most recent movies, but still continuing that same story
They can't
forward.
seem to branch off.
And I think that's probably going to start changing.
Well, and I feel like that's kind of what's been holding them back. Because filling in gaps, yeah, it's cool to fill in gaps. Like they did that with Han Solo. They did that with Rogue One.
Yep.
And
but at some point, there's no more gaps.
Yeah.
We're out
at
of
some
gaps.
point, it's like
Just
we have all the information on all the characters that we actually care about between this point and this point. Do something new because we've seen their beginning, we've seen their end, and we know who comes after.
Okay.
So, and that's another thing. It's the whole universe, and we're basically focusing on just the name Skywalker and the Skywalker family fucking up the entire universe.
Because you could do a lot with like the Star Wars universe in general.
It's a whole
It's
universe.
literally a whole universe.
Do
You
have
could
good
some
news for you.
crazy
Do have
stuff.
good news for you. I'm sure you've seen this, Noah, being a Star Wars fan that you are.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi has a movie coming up.
Yes, he
Where
does.
he's like, "Hey, yo, I'm not doing anything with Skywalkers. I don't care."
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Mhm.
How exciting is that?
I am so fucking ready. We are actually not only in the golden age of content right now, we're in the golden age of fucking more new Star Wars shit that isn't controlled by EA.
That is also true.
Facts.
Their little grasp on that has slipped.
Mm-hmm.
So now I believe this year we're getting 3 new Star Wars games.
Yeah, which ones?
They are remastering Knights of the Old Republic. I believe that's separate.
Right. Oh, that's coming to PlayStation.
The same people who made Detroit Become Human. I
Star Wars
believe.
Eclipse, but that ain't coming for years.
Oh,
Is that
no?
like, is
No.
that supposed to be like
Oh,
a
okay.
storytelling game?
I
Yeah.
believe
Like
so.
the Detroit Could Become Human was a really good game, so hopefully that shows
It
up
was.
well.
I couldn't finish it.
Oh, I couldn't even get close to
I
finishing
never
it.
even started it, but I heard good things about it, and the graphics were really pretty.
Yep.
And then I believe they're coming out with. I believe Respawn is coming out with another game,
Yes, that's next year.
and there's one more that I can't. That's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I think there's a lot coming out,
Yeah,
Yeah, for
there's so much stuff,
which is cool.
and
it.
I'm super happy about it. But all they would have to do to make so many people happy would just be to remaster, and like they do tons of remastering, just remaster the original Battlefront 2.
No
That
one
is
will die on this hill.
All they have to do. I will live and die on this hill.
Yep.
I have downloaded Battlefront 2 on my PC.
Mhm.
It's what we wanted and what everybody wanted,
Yeah.
and everybody has memories of it, and then they're just like, oh, we're going to bring back Battlefront 2. I'm going to go on a rant about it.
No, I know.
Anyways.
So Kenobi.
Yeah, Kenobi. Yeah, no. It's still definitely nice. You get to see the brutality that we get to see a new, like, super brutal side of Vader that we haven't seen before.
Oh shit.
Like,
Because like when they see Vader, it's just like this staple bad guy. You never really see him do too many terrible things. I guess
Well-
there's like obviously a few things like in which
Rogue
End of
One.
end of Rogue One.
end of
Yeah.
Rogue One, you got to see him mess up a bunch of
And
rebel troopers in the
Just like
hallway.
massacre.
just blowing up fucking other things. But it's always like that's like staple bad guy stuff. There's not something that'd be like
You usually hear how dangerous Darth Vader is. You never really see
You
it.
never
Yeah.
really
except for-
see it.
And we kind of got a taste of that in Rogue One. But in Kenobi, in Episode 3, Vader shows up. I'm gonna have spoilers. He shows up in the
Spoiler warning.
village that Kenobi's kind of like hiding in.
Yeah.
He knows that Kenobi's there. He can sense him through the Force.
Oh, of course.
And he just starts walking down Main Street, and he's snapping people's necks and choking them.
Oh
Just
no.
like as he's walking.
So
Oh.
it's like one of those things. It's like a ooh, like it's like makes you uncomfortable to watch. kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
It's like he's just doing this just for the sake of fucking with Kenobi.
I think
Ooh.
they should do more of that with Vader, honestly.
Honestly.
Because
And then
that's scary.
in that
thing.
same episode, you get to see Vader, who this is his first interaction with Obi-Wan since he was left on Mustafar to essentially die.
Mhm.
And he
You're
like
the chosen one.
he throws like this flammable shit all over the floor, lights it on fire, and then like drags Kenobi through it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like it's just
Ooh.
raw.
Oh shit.
And like
Just
that
raw
stuff
as
is
fuck.
awesome.
Okay.
The stuff with Vader is sick.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff with Kenobi, I could fall asleep with.
Oh.
Okay.
And
That's what I was gonna ask you. Is that like you were saying that you haven't even seen the finale yet, even though it came out on Wednesday. Obviously, people have lives, so it's sometimes very difficult to sit down and watch a TV show. But I was gonna ask you, like, this show hasn't been compelling enough for you to be like, oh man, I gotta watch this. I gotta make sure I watch this on the day.
Hasn't been.
No,
Hasn't been.
that's always unfortunate, man. Like I remember I got that way with I think it was Moon Knight. I started to get that way a bit. No, I was pretty excited each week for Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, I was pretty much on the dot. I think the finale, me and Mike didn't watch for a while, though.
Yeah.
Just because it's the finale of Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I don't need to say anything else than that.
Yeah, we don't need to go into that again. But like, yeah, there was some other show that I was watching recently where I was just like, yeah, I'll get to it. Yeah.
But,
um,
it was like one of those things where like when it first came out, you were super excited for it, but then other things started coming out and they were more exciting, and then it was just one of those things that kept getting pushed back.
Yeah. The
You
priority list.
You only have so much attention span, really, and there's a lot of good shows out there, so you gotta pick and choose.
Yeah,
There's a lot of good shows out
There's
there.
a lot of good shows, and there's a lot of good movies, unless you have any other points about Kenobi.
No, I think I'm good.
Speaking of movies,
Mm-hmm.
Brad, I've been told through the grapevine that you've been watching this this new movie on Netflix called Hustle. You want to tell me about it?
Oh yeah, sure. That grapevine might have been me.
Oh yeah, it was definitely.
But yeah, no.
The illusion, Brad.
Hustle is, if people that don't know, I guess the general plot, it's like
Me.
it's Noah. Noah's just on the screen for an hour and a half.
Just hustles.
No, I don't know what Hustle is about.
It's an
Oh.
Adam, it's an Adam Sandler movie, but it's not like an Adam Sandler movie.
Mm.
It's not like you're like Happy Gilmore, like where it's just like goofy, ridiculous comedy.
Waterboy.
It's like more of like a drama, like I guess you consider it a drama.
Yeah.
But it's like about Adam Sandler being a basketball scout for an NBA team.
Okay.
And so he's trying to find the next big thing, really. And like he wants to become assistant coach so he can stay home with his daughter and all this other stuff. There's a lot more heartwarming stuff in it. And overall, the cinematography in it is like pretty good. Like there's some really good scenes in there, and seeing Adam Sandler be a little more emotional outside of like just making dick jokes.
Come on,
Yeah. But no, it's a really good movie. I don't want to get too much into it because obviously I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but I would 100% recommend it, especially if you even remotely like sports.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does Adam Sandler kind of like? Do you see Adam Sandler or do you see the character? You know what I mean?
Is
Yeah.
Adam Sandler playing Adam Sandler, or is he playing a character?
He's playing a character for sure,
Okay.
and it kind of fits him now because like the Adam Sandler of like that I would like stereotype Adam Sandler as a younger guy, right?
Yeah.
So then now he's like a little older and he's got the beard. There's like grays growing in it and stuff. It's like
Yeah.
it seems like it's like I don't know, like him coming into his different type of vibe, which is really nice to see.
I think there was like I don't know when Huey Halloween came out. That was a Netflix like Huey
yeah,
Halloween.
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
remember talking about it? It was some dog shit looking movie from Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And it was a typical Adam Sandler movie that we've
Yeah.
expected. However, I think that movie came after Uncut Gems.
And
And
Uncut Gems is a.
have you seen
yeah, I've
Uncut
seen
Gems?
Uncut Gems.
Holy shit, dude.
Really good acting from Adam Sandler in that one. It's more so
Shocking.
down that way too.
It was absurd, Noah. I was watching Uncut Gems. I'm like, this is one of the most tense movies I've ever seen.
Yeah. it
And
was
Adam Sandler
uncomfortable for me.
is utterly amazing in it.
He's putting his heart into it.
I guess, but like,
It's like
Wow.
him showing off his acting skills.
yeah, and
outside of
he acts.
Yeah, he's really good at it.
That's a great movie.
Because
Same thing
yeah,
in Hustle. And there's also a lot of NBA players in Hustle. Like just in general. I think there's like 24 making an appearance.
Sports players love to be in movies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They love to play actor.
No, and it's really good. It's a really good show.
Yeah.
Or movie, I guess. Not a
Sorry, you had a point.
Yeah, because I've always stereotyped Adam Sandler as just he always plays himself.
What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, like just kind of like the laid back. He'll have the funny joke whenever like the kids are saying something.
Yeah.
And
So
you yell a lot. Like, that's my boy. Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Masterpiece of a movie, by the way.
Or so yeah, just hearing that he's like starting to not play himself. He's starting to
Take it seriously.
play. Yeah, well, I don't want to say take it seriously because I feel like he has taken his career seriously.
Oh yeah. I'm not knocking the fact that
But,
he's
like,
out there trying.
Going outside of
Going
unserious
outside-
movies, I guess
yeah.
is what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's acting more outside of the circle that we've always perceived him in.
Yeah. I'm very curious if you guys want to fill time for a second. Metacritic has this thing where it's like it'll take the actor's average Metascore based on the movies that they're in.
Oh,
So I want to
no.
see Adam Sandler because I
Probably
know
not
he
great.
has had a lot of misses.
Oh, he has been in so many
There was like
the
the Ridiculous 7 on Netflix. That was when he did like a deal with Netflix. Like, hey, I'll make
Oh.
7 movies for you if you pay me a fuck ton of movie. Average career score 40. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that sounds about right.
Yikes.
Highest Metascore, Uncut Gems, 91.
Yeah, I was about to say. it better
Really?
be
That
Uncut
movie
Gems.
is so good, Noah.
What's
It's
it about?
Very, very good.
It's about this guy that like is addicted to betting on sporting stuff,
Okay.
but he goes in way over his head to do that, and like starts owing people a lot of money. But like he's just addicted to the thrill of just betting and making bets and like trying to get everything to line up perfectly on sports bets.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, so good. And that final like last half hour of that movie is insane.
It's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, no, very, very good movie.
I know it's very difficult to be like, hey, yo, in this time of where there's no time to watch the amount of content that is just spewing out of our
It was
TVs.
a 2-hour, 30-minute movie.
Yeah, great. But I mean, if you ever have a chance, real good.
Yeah. For sure.
Just get used to the word fuck because
Oh, there's a lot
he
of
says it every 3 words,
He does, yeah.
but it works.
Yeah.
So Hustle is a recommend.
Hustle's 100% I recommend. I was actually leaving the house today to come here, and my parents were watching Hustle. 'cause
Hey,
they
no way.
recommended it. I was like walking out the door. I was like, "Oh, you guys watching Hustle?" They're like, "Hell yeah!"
I watched
Hell yeah, mom.
I watched the trailer for it, and I was like, this could be another like Uncut Gems level, not quite as high, but like
No, for
another
sure.
like serious attempt at him being like, hey, yo, I want to be an actor.
I think it's. I wouldn't put it on the level of like Uncut Gems in
Yeah.
that sense, but I mean, like, yeah, it's not. Goofy.
It's still really good.
It's still a good movie. Yeah.
Do
I
you
would-
wish that you had it on your film draft?
No.
Okay.
No.
What is the Metacritic score?
I mean,
I'm about
I wish I would switch it out for Fantastic Beasts, probably.
Yeah,
I think,
fair enough.
I think you could swap out just about anything.
Anything for Fantastic Beasts. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that ever again.
Yep. Hey, not as bad as Jurassic World Dominion, baby.
Ooh.
69% on Metacritic.
I'd swap it out.
Nice.
It's not bad. You would have lost 1 point compared to 13.
23.
Anyway, so yeah, we got Kenobi, which is on Disney Plus. You know, the biggest fucking new Disney Plus premiere of all time so far. They love throwing numbers around, like titles around like that. It's like newest, most watched Disney Plus show that came out at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's always
You know?
very specific.
Yeah, but yeah, it did super well to begin with, and then Hustle. I haven't heard anything about it.
I don't
like
think it's a
Scuttlebutt.
big thing. It's
It's
not
on
like I wouldn't be
Netflix?
like
Yeah.
it is on Netflix. It's a Netflix special. I wouldn't be like, this is the most amazing thing ever. You
Yeah.
have to watch this. But if like you got a nice Friday night and you want to watch like a good movie,
Sure.
it's
Well,
a
and
good
it's on.
movie to pick.
It's
I would
on.
recommend
Like
it.
with it being on Netflix, that's also going to be like one of the factors as to why nobody talks about it,
Oh
because
my
it's
God.
one of the 2 million
No, for sure.
Netflix specials that
Mhm.
get released every week.
I feel like I'm insane because the Umbrella Academy season 3 came out on Wednesday.
I saw that. It was in top 10 for Netflix.
And I usually see shit like that in my feed all the time. But, like, I genuinely forgot. And because I didn't see that many people talking about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I
didn't-
went on Netflix. It was, like, top 1 in the trending in the world. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Because I'm not hearing anybody talk about it.
No, I tried to watch the first season of it and kind of fell off.
Oh, I love that show.
I never.
That's
I
my
never fell
thing.
in love
I
with it.
want to watch season 3
I
at some
need
point.
to actually watch season 2 still.
You haven't?
I haven't.
Oh, real good. Real
And,
good.
Does it get better
Sam,
in the later seasons? Is it like I
It's
felt,
just good for him to
Okay.
begin with.
Okay, I'm just.
So
Maybe I'm
you're
just
wrong.
tripping. Maybe
So
I'm just tripping.
Maybe you should just cut your mic here.
Hey, mute me right down.
Yeah. If you guys will allow me, I don't know how to
indulge
segue.
yourself.
Yeah, if you'll allow me to talk about Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah.
Go for it.
Oh
Go
my
for it.
God, guys!
This does interest me actually. I
Okay.
was looking at a TV show.
How it's very difficult to pitch Better Call Saul because I know I've talked about it with so many people, and so many people I've talked to is like, yeah, I tried getting into Breaking Bad, but I watched the first few episodes and I got bored and I stopped.
No, you can't do that.
And I can't understand that because I genuinely think Breaking Bad, from moment 1 to end of the series, is one of the best TV shows on the air.
And it's very
just
yeah.
fantastically written and shot, and it's so fucking good. But everybody's just like, it's boring. I'm like, no, I don't see that.
Nope.
But I mean, again, it's for different people, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so obviously, Breaking Bad for some people is a bit of a tough sell. A spin-off show about the sleazy lawyer from Breaking Bad,
Yeah.
even tougher sell.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
What is it? So it's like a lawyer movie, right?
it's a show.
Okay. Sorry, lawyer show, but like generally like a law put in a show.
Yes. No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Here's what's interesting. When we're with Saul Goodman, who is Jimmy McGill from
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, Bob Odenkirk, one of the fucking greatest actors out there right now. He's really good. Anyway, when we're with him, it's a legal drama. It's a lot of like law, but he's a shady lawyer that will try to fucking bend the law in any way he can to get his scheme going.
I love law movies.
Oh.
Like the Trial of Chicago 7 I really liked, and then I watched, obviously, Suits. I watched quite a bit of that before I fell off it because it's just so fucking long. And I think there was another one I was thinking of. But yeah, I really like law movies, so obviously Better Call Saul kind of caught my attention.
But on the flip side, so obviously when we're with Jimmy and when with his surrounding characters, very much about law and very much about like him bending the law in his favor. Because
Silver tongue.
Yeah, exactly. But like the schemes he comes up with to get like, it's so fun. But on the flip side, we get some other characters from Breaking Bad. And that's where we delve into the crime side of the show, where we're seeing like the organized crime. We're seeing the rise of the Salamancas, which were like a big deal in were a big deal in Breaking Bad. You remember that, like, I think his name is Tuco Salamanca?
The one that meet him at the Chicken Chef all the time? Is that the one I'm thinking
No, that's Gus Fring.
Okay.
Yeah. But, like, before that, in season 1, there's, like, Tuco Salamanca, the guy who's, like, just fucking coked out of his mind.
Oh, yeah, the one that
like,
literally, like, does the meth.
Tight. You know, that guy. Yeah.
That shit's blue, man.
Fucking whatever, man. I'll take it, whatever. But it's the rise of that family and how that became like the major drug cartel in what's the show? Where's the show? It's not.
That's actually a great question.
It's not Arkansas. It's
Was it Arizona?
No, it's New Mexico.
Right. I was about to say it's a pretty southern state.
Yes. Yeah. It's close to the border.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Better Call Saul. We're in the final season of it right now.
Okay.
How many
are
seasons?
there?
This is the 6th season.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So-
And it hasn't been the hit that I assume that AMC wants it to be, like Breaking Bad. But it's rivals, if not almost gets to the heights. I'd say it's equal to Breaking Bad in terms
Really?
of how
really
fucking
big to
good
say.
it is.
That's really big to say. Right?
Oh my God. It's so cleverly written. And like this final season has been amazing, guys. Like it's difficult to talk about because I don't want to be like, oh, and then Better Call Saul is like a Walter White, and then Walter White shows up. You know, like I can't talk about anything that happens in it. But like, the performances are incredible. Every episode just makes you smile with how clever they are getting with their schemes. That's the whole thing. Whoever
Everything's just kind of falling into place.
Exactly.
I love those moments in law movies when everything just works.
Do you know like when you're watching a movie and there's a heist?
Yes.
And they're like, okay, we got the plan. This is what we're going to do.
And then it fucks up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of the time they won't explicitly have that like meeting at the beginning of the heist where they're like, all right, so then Brad's going to walk into the safe and he's going to be like, hey,
okay.
You know, like it won't tell you the plan.
So you're exploring Saul's plan as he's doing it.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
He's got the plan, but we don't know it yet. And we're like,
Okay.
what are you doing?
Okay.
And then it all comes together and you're like, oh, you son of a... Like at one point...
You slippery devil.
At one point, he's in, like, there's a cold open to one episode in season 5 or whatever where he's just in an antique shop and he's just, like, weighing, like, he's picking up things, hefting it, and then putting it down. And then he keeps doing that everywhere. And then he, like, grabs a bowling ball and he's like, And then he leaves the shop and you're like, what the hell is he going to do with that?
Like, what the fuck?
But then you know that it's going to pay off at some point.
That's awesome, actually.
Better Call Saul is really good TV, but nobody watches it. And it's unfortunate, but... I'm not gonna be like, hey, everyone that hasn't watched Breaking Bad, okay, so watch Breaking Bad because you're not gonna understand some of the things that happen in Better Call Saul, and then watch Better Call Saul. So you have 11 seasons of TV to.
I think what you have to do then is if you really want people to watch Better Call Saul, pitch it as just its own thing.
But it's so
I understand that
Mm-hmm.
it's very dependent on Breaking Bad, but if people aren't interested in Breaking Bad.
Maybe Better Call Saul is for them. Okay. Yeah.
No,
Question.
that's not what I'm going for.
All right. What are you saying?
If they're not interested in Breaking Bad, don't try to pitch them as like a side quest of Breaking Bad. Pitch it as its own thing.
Okay.
And then people are going to, if they get interested in that, then pitch them Breaking Bad.
Okay. Serious question.
Please.
If someone, let's say someone's never watched Breaking Bad, would they be able to pick up Better Call Saul and still have a good time with it?
Yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't mean as much. Like if you watch
That's the thing.
Endgame, it's a good movie,
That's
but if
the
you
thing.
don't watch all of the Marvel movies, it's not as good.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's so many like character setups to moments in Breaking Bad because it's a prequel series. So like it happens before the events of Breaking Bad. So like, we know what happens to a lot of these characters, but we don't know how they got to where they were.
Okay, yeah.
So Better Call Saul happens before Breaking Bad?
Yes.
I think that plays even more into that you should pitch it as just Better Call Saul.
Yeah, okay.
And then if they enjoy it, be like, hey, guess
Hey,
what?
yo.
There's more.
Guess what? It's like when people picked up Elden Ring, and then it's like, hey, guess what? You have like 6 games to play after this if you want. But yeah, obviously, I just wanted to gush about Better Call Saul because it's genuinely some of the best TV. Like, I've said so many times in the last 2 months, this is some of the best TV on
I
television
have
right
so
now.
much stuff I have to watch. It's
Yeah.
actually outrageous.
It's insane. Speaking of TV that I think everyone should watch,
Are you about to say what I think about it?
Ms. Marvel.
Wasn't what I'm thinking, but
We're going to get to that.
Yes.
Man, I am having a fun time with Ms. Marvel.
It's just it's a Marvel show,
Mhm.
and it follows the Marvel algorithm where we see the beginnings of the superhero, we have the established antagonist,
Yep.
and then we're gonna have the payoff eventually.
Mhm.
But they do it in such a way that it doesn't feel nearly as serious.
Yeah.
It feels a lot more lighthearted and more like family orientated.
Yeah. It's low stakes right
It's
now.
very like community. It's within the community.
like heartwarming.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. Like whenever I talk to people at work about it, I'm just like, this is like just wholesome,
The
fun.
solid, make you smile type of.
Exactly. I have such a huge smile when I'm watching this show because
it's
you
like
see.
if they took the Marvel cartoons
Mhm.
that they would like show to kids and just made it like live action.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I forgot her name.
I'm sure it's going to absolutely go on its head eventually. As
Kamala.
Kamala, but the actress's name. The actress who plays Kamala Khan, she's great. She's got like this is like I think her first like acting gig, and she's just incredible. She's she's so
doing-
charismatic and fun and like
She's doing it
like
perfectly.
like a perfect actor for the perfect role. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and there's something about this show that like just is like helping it soar above the rest of the Marvel shows so far, in my opinion. Like, obviously my rankings pretty much are like Loki and WandaVision swap every day for first place.
Mm-hmm.
Like some days I'll go back and forth, but this is getting like close to just consistently really good. We just had episode 3. Obviously this episode will come, like this episode of the podcast will come out after episode 4 comes out, which usually episode 4s are big ones in the Marvel shows.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have no problem with recommending this show to anybody.
No.
Okay.
It is just a fun time, and it's creative as hell. Like there are moments where she's driving or like riding her bike down the street, and she's having a conversation with her friend Bruno, and in the background, like the graffiti on the wall is reflecting what she's talking about.
That's awesome.
It's so creative, man. I there's just a fun energy to the show.
There's a lot of patterns in it because Kamala's character is Afghanistan.
Pakistani.
Pakistani.
Yeah.
And Pakistani culture has a lot of patterns, quilts and stuff like that. And they actually use that really well as well,
Mm-hmm.
because they're making it so like all of her power is connected to her ancestral,
Yeah.
or her grandmother essentially.
Okay.
And they talk about really impactful events.
Really heavy topics.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They talk about
honestly.
partition and stuff over in the Middle East and everything. And they're just doing a perfect way of weaving in Pakistani culture.
like a message
into
and
it.
everything like that too. I would imagine.
Yeah, it's representation, but it's actually tastefully done rather than like,
Yeah,
hey,
like,
they're
it's not
wearing
forced.
a hijab, you know, like
I
you
hate
know.
when you go into a TV show and they just throw stuff in there to just like
We're
doesn't-
representing.
Yeah,
it's like, no, you're
like,
not.
No,
you're just
it is.
putting it in there.
is so natural, but they also do it where they talk about hard-hitting things like partition,
Mhm.
and they also talk about a lot of like how Pakistanis are treated in America
Yep.
as well.
Yep.
Like they talk about how the FBI is watching like the mosques and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well,
And
Yeah, they don't shy away from it.
No,
I
they
haven't
don't.
watched Miss Marvel, so
Yeah.
I'm coming into this blind as you guys are talking about it. But that sounds awesome.
It's
amazing
so
when
much fun,
It's
Brad.
amazing when a show can actually do that and it's not like forced.
they're just
Yeah.
doing like an amazing way of weaving that in alongside like the child's point of view that we're getting of this, because Kamala is still
She's
still
16.
she's
Like,
16
she's
in
very
high
young.
school,
Oh, okay.
so she's dealing with things like high school crushes and stuff like that,
Okay, so that
and
touches on a
drama
little bit of
between
everything.
friends and
That's
stuff.
that's fun.
But she's also dealing with powers.
So
Yes.
it's like really really exploring the character,
Yeah.
like
yeah,
deeply
yeah.
exploring
like,
the character.
The character, her family, her surroundings, her heritage, her her religion, her
life stage, everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as somebody, obviously, we are 3 white dudes, but like watching this show is so like eye-opening in terms of like, man, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is like
It is.
this is a side of like culture that I don't see because I'm not a part of it.
Yeah.
We don't have a ton of culture here in Brandon.
No.
We do have what's the
I know what you're talking about, the fair.
yeah.
What's that called?
I have no idea.
It's
I was
it's like pavilions.
Pavilions.
Yeah.
We have that every year, but does Brandon have a mosque?
I see what you're saying. Like,
I don't know. I don't think so.
Brandon's pretty culty though. I would like to put it in a weird way. Like we're like our own little city in Manitoba. It's like we don't get much like, I guess you could say like different cultures integrated in with things. It's like you don't walk down the street and see different type of cultures of events going on and stuff like that. It's just very
It's
White
it's
picket
there.
fence. It's
It's
like
there,
white
but it
picket
feels
fence.
like it's very like not prevalent.
yeah.
At least that what we're seeing on the outside. But like obviously that's very different in a lot of different cities, like especially Winnipeg, especially like Toronto is huge, like Vancouver is huge, you know, like it's the bigger metropolitan places.
Yeah.
But this show, like there's an episode in episode 3, there's a wedding, like a
Yes.
a Pakistani wedding,
Okay, yeah.
and it's wonderful. It is so much fun. I had such a smile on my face because it's colorful, it's frenetic, it's fun, it's such a good time that I'm just like, man,
You're like, this is dope.
this is way more cool than a fucking like do
Black and white.
Yeah, it's so boring,
Yeah.
you know,
No,
like in
straight up.
comparison. But it also like what I love about the show is that it's not like, oh man, Pakistani culture is the best and way better than everything that you've ever seen, because there's also problems prevalent that clearly the writers are Pakistani or Muslim or something.
Or done a lot of research.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because like, in the show there are things that they're poking holes at, like the what's the word? Man, I'm getting tired. Established order. So
Okay.
like, there's like in the mosque, there's the men, and then the women are at the back,
Yeah.
and the women are like,
They
what the
have
hell?
they have a wall that
yo,
separates
guys,
them
let me
during
come up.
Yeah.
like prayers and stuff.
And so they're attacking those problems too. But it doesn't feel like bloated in terms of like we got too many things going on right now.
Okay, yeah,
It feels
yeah.
totally natural.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, like they're really killing it.
That's good.
The only thing I'm a little worried about is the villain problem right now, but
Yes.
I'm hoping that kind of gets a little fixed up in the last 3
Is
episodes.
the villain
The-
just trash?
No, it's not that. It's that they introduced a villain on the 3rd episode
Yeah.
on a series that only has 6 episodes.
Oh.
So yeah,
So you're gonna you get a deep exploration on the main character, obviously, like
Well-
everything
Yes.
about her, but you're worried that this villain is going to be not.
We
very
need to
fleshed
see
out.
something where the villain gets the upper hand, Kamala's in trouble. Kamala
Well, your classic hero story arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get the villain is just like covering everything. They have supreme power over everything. Kamala is defeated, and then something happens. Kamala gets more powerful.
Yeah.
And then we get the payoff.
so
And that's all supposed to happen within 3.
Might run into another Moon Knight situation.
I
where
hope not.
Everything's stuck
I
into one.
feel like over the course of 3 episodes, she's not going to spend the first 2 episodes in Moon Knight terms exploring her own past.
yeah,
Because she knows that already.
yeah,
She still has to explore her
Ancestral past?
family's history.
exactly, yeah.
And I feel like they'll probably end up doing a better job of covering that over the course of like an episode and a half.
Yeah. And then we get the big finale.
And then we get the finale over the course of
An episode and a half.
episode and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally. And I have a lot of hope because honestly, right now, it's hitting every episode.
It is.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'll have to put that one on the watch list.
it's unfortunate because like right now, so it came out at exactly the same time as Kenobi.
Oh,
No,
shortly
sorry,
after.
shortly after. So everybody was talking about Kenobi and nobody was talking about Ms. Marvel. And then Thor: Love and Thunder is coming out in like a week or 2. So I feel like the show's gonna get over talked a bit. Like they're gonna talk about other things.
Will.
So that's unfortunate. But at the same time, as somebody who's watching it, I'm loving it, and I want to spread the word that like, ayo, if you're into the Disney Plus shows or you're into Marvel, don't skip this one.
No.
Because I think it's a really, really like lovingly made show.
okay, yeah. Word. I'll have to put that on the list for sure. I'm in the middle of other TV shows that we'll talk about later.
Yes, sir.
But
before we get to that, let's hear a word from no. Brad, you've been on a movie binge apparently.
I have been on a little bit of a movie binge. I love movies.
Me too. I want to hear about Spiderhead.
You want to hear about Spiderhead?
I saw the trailer for this. I'm like, this looks like doo-doo.
Yeah. Okay. So like Spiderhead, how could I put it? It's a great idea, and the execution wasn't awful. I wouldn't say it's terrible.
Okay.
But
to a great start.
What's dragging it down?
I feel like some things are pretty outstretched. I would say like the idea. I like the idea. You have to definitely keep an open mind going into it.
What's the idea?
Okay, so Spiderhead. I guess I should probably say it. Okay. Spiderhead's like a. Okay, how would I put this? Imagine it's like a branch off of a prison. Like it's like technically these people are incarcerated.
Yeah.
And they're being taken to these like remote island, and there's a very very smart man played by
Chris Hemsworth. And he is doing drug testing there for the next big pharmaceutical drugs and like drug testing on the prisoners. And
so
since
like
prisoners have no rights.
So like America 70 years ago.
Not kind of,
exactly.
but it's more like in like they're voluntarily getting drug tested for this, and in exchange they have like a really nice living situation.
Oh, okay.
Like,
it's not like a Suicide Squad thing where it's like we'll cut years off your sentence.
Yeah, it's like they have like a kitchen and they cook, and like they have all these like they have their own rooms with like beds and like,
so they go to Finland.
I guess so, yeah. It's like a really really nice prison, and he's doing drug testing to like I guess so you can live like that, and he's like a multimillionaire genius.
Okay.
And
he just needs guinea pigs.
Yeah, and I think Chris Hemsworth's performance in it, unreal. To be honest, I really liked his character, and
he does
his
have a
acting
little
in
bit
it.
of acting experience.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. And then I always forget his name.
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller is also in the movie. His character is like standard protagonist kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you have a great soul. You're such a nice guy.
No.
You're gonna fix his problem.
Is he unflawed?
He's apprehensive about everything.
He's not unflawed. Obviously, he's a prisoner.
Right.
So there's like a troubled past, but you know, and they explore his character really well. It's not a bad movie. I like the idea. I would if someone had talked or seen it before, I would talk about it.
So what's pulling it down? Because so far it sounds really good.
Just execution, man. I don't know.
Like
I just
set
like
design.
it just doesn't hit the way I thought it would hit.
Dialogue?
It feels I can almost say it feels like maybe the runtime held it down. I felt like there could have been more exploration into the characters and into the idea more deeply. But honestly, I couldn't even tell you what exactly is dragging it down.
It just felt empty.
It just felt sometimes like this is a little empty.
Okay.
But I would say that the whole idea, and obviously watching Miles Teller and Chris Hemsworth act is never a bad thing.
Right.
So I would definitely say like if you have spare time, watch it. Like yeah, it's a good movie.
After Hustle.
Yeah, it's not too long of a movie either. So that's not. I think it's under 2 hours. I'm pretty sure. So
okay.
So it's like a good little 90-minute movie. I think it's not bad.
Okay.
I would give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
6.5 out of 10. Definitely pulled up by Miles Teller and Chris Hemsworth.
Of course.
Chris Hemsworth, really good in my opinion.
So would that be a movie you would want on your film draft?
I feel like it's gonna have a shitty Metacritic. I feel like it's one of those movies you watch like there's a
Do you want
shitty
to take
Metacritic.
guesses right now?
Yeah, take a guess.
53%.
What the hell is it called? Spiderhead?
Yeah,
Spiderhead?
Spiderhead with a Y.
There was a There was a game.
Y.
There was a game announcement. I think it was back at the Game Awards last year. That was called Slitterhead.
Ew.
Really?
It looks disgusting, and the name itself is disgusting. I don't like it.
Also, I think Spiderhead's based off a book, so maybe read the book.
Oh, okay.
I think the book was like a super hit, big hit.
Ooh, it's at a 54.
I was really close.
What'd you guess?
53.
Damn.
Yeah, in a state-of-the-art penitentiary
Why
run by
couldn't I do that
Bill,
when me and Noah why was I 20 off on every time?
inmates wear a surgically attached device that administers dosage of mind-altering drugs in exchange for commuted
Some of the
sentences.
drugs are very, very intense. They call it a Moby pack.
One of them's just weed.
Just get stoned as fuck. No, there's like, I guess I don't want to spoil it too much, but like, there's like hallucinogen type drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like,
does
just
it start to
drugs.
get trippy?
Yeah, it gets a little trippy for
Okay.
sure. I wouldn't say it gets like trippy like that sense, but obviously when they're high as fuck, it's like, oh yeah, they're tripping out right now.
Cool.
But like it like literally the drugs are like enhances an emotion of an individual. Like you take this drug and all of a sudden you're very nervous and just like frightened. Or there's I guess it's a pretty low drug. Like one drug that gets you a phobia, like just a random phobia. Like they're testing this drug out on a girl, and she's hiding in the corner because there's a stapler on the table, and she's like, "Get the fucking stapler away from me!" And she's like yelling at it, like it's like pretty heavy shit. But I mean, the acting in it is good.
That actually does sound.
It's interesting. It's
Okay.
super interesting, and the drugs and everything that they use are.
Yeah,
awesome.
that might be a movie where like I'll watch it and be like, cool concept, but
And
Or
I would say,
execution.
the villain, Chris Hemsworth, I guess the villain, not villain, whatever, the co-main character,
antagonist.
is really, really good.
Okay.
I really like his character. I would watch it for his character because he kind of like the way they play him out is awesome.
You know what I would watch for someone's
It's hard
character?
to talk about movies without spoiling the whole
I know,
thing.
right?
Like I want to just be like, man, look at all these examples I have.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I can't do that.
Man, that's gonna be tough one day, you know. Yeah, I want to talk about Anthony Starr.
Anthony Starr.
Anthony Starr is a fucking star in the show The Boys.
The boys.
Oh my god!
Oh man.
Randy, I have great
What
news for
episode are
you.
you on?
Please.
So I have not watched The Boys.
I think you really like the boys. I think it'll be like a
you have watched
good
episode
TV
1?
show.
I watched part of episode 1.
Ooh, you don't want
No, you watched it with us.
Oh, we're talking
We've
about. I thought we were talking about episode 1 of season.
Oh,
3.
season 3. Okay.
No,
sorry.
I got to see that part with my dad and my brother. So that was
so many fucked up
very
fucking
awkward.
scenes in it.
Yeah.
I did see the first episode.
You watched that? Wait, did you
with
say you're
you.
with who?
My dad and my brothers.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah,
that's
that
not
was,
the movie I want
no.
That was an awkward time.
That's fucking
But I've
hilarious.
seen a recent fight scene.
No,
Part of
haven't
it. I have not
s-
seen the
haven't
whole
don't
thing.
seen a
don't
fight
spoil it
scene
for
yet.
him. But like,
I haven't seen a fight scene yet. There's none in the first episode.
not really. No.
And that fight scene alone is making me actually consider watching The Boys.
Oh,
I'm
man.
going to binge it when I get home. I'm probably staying up way too late.
I want to give a quick pitch for this show in case people have not watched it.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the only thing that is worth like subscribing to Amazon Prime for,
This
Hey, Invincible.
other than
True
Invincible.
Invincible's banging.
Amazon Prime surprisingly has 2 of the best superhero shows on the planet.
Oh, for sure.
It doesn't make sense.
Very random.
But The Boys is fucking fantastic.
Wild.
Like, how do I describe it? It's basically like take your like we know superheroes, we know them very well. We've seen so much superhero content,
Superest heroes.
but let's take that and flip it on its head and make like
What if we made them human?
yeah, what if we made them not these gods that we should admire and they're the perfect shining beams and slight flaws in characters, but at the end of the day they'll stand heroic
I
and
have such a good
save
heart.
the
I
day.
am a nice
What if they
person.
were very flawed
What if they
characters?
murdered people? What if they raped people in some situations? Like these people, like these
super
heroes
fucked up.
are
taking
not good
advantage.
people.
It's like-
They're taking advantage of their powers.
Extremely.
Well, it's
and
like
it's
a really deep dive, I would say, into people. Like it's like
Yes.
people get these huge powers, and all of a sudden they can do whatever they want, and
Yep.
nobody can stop them. Well, what would they really do?
and the whole concept of I feel like I know exactly how the pitch meeting went for A, the comic book, or B, the show.
Uh-huh.
What if Superman was a bad guy
Yeah.
but had to save face and be has to protect
what if
the image
what if he
of
wasn't
Superman?
what if he wasn't evil but he was a bad guy?
Exactly.
It was like, what if he was getting controlled by the government, and that was the only reason he was being nice? kind of thing?
Exactly.
What if he
And that's-
selfishly used his powers?
Exactly. And that is the perfect setup for a show.
And it's amazing.
Because we
And it's done
explore
so well.
we explore how dark and fucked up the world can be with
And
these
they
people.
don't spare any expense
No.
or anything.
Oh my
I remember
god.
watching the first few episodes, and I was like, "What the fuck did I just watch?"
They go there, man.
They
and
go, they go there.
Oh yeah, no, I remember the first episode, and even that was like, oh shit.
It gets
Can
so
we
much
spoil-
worse.
Would you say we'd be able to spoil first season type things?
Yeah, I guess.
like,
keep it like, hey, yo, if you're wanting to watch The Boys after this, turn away for like a minute or two.
I'm just
Well,
the one
and
scene.
for listeners as well, like
Yeah.
I assume there's going to be some pretty explicit
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
things that are going to be said here for a bit.
the one scene where the Aquaman spinoff,
The Deep.
the Deep, thank you, is hooking up with that girl, and she starts putting her hand in his gills.
Ugh.
That scene probably was like the scene that I was like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, man.
And it was like making all sorts of weird noise, and he was like
Uh-uh.
obviously in pain. And he was just getting fucking
Hate
shoved
it.
in there.
Oh, I
He
hate
deserved every
it.
second of it.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, fuck me, that
This
shit was weird, hard to watch.
This show makes so like what's amazing about this show as well is that it satirizes the fuck out of our world.
Yeah.
And like because the second season was all about like oh man, immigrants are coming in and they're super villains and they're
Yeah.
terrible people, so you need to be careful of everybody that doesn't look like an American or
Yeah.
whatever. And like most shows can't do that because most shows have to be very careful about what they say and the messages that they're sending.
Yeah.
This show is sending that message but is not afraid to go there to show the ugly mirror to our reality.
The ugliest mirror.
Yeah.
Season 3 is all about showing the fact that Homelander, who is one of the best fucking villains
oh my
of
God,
all
he
time,
is terrifying.
extremely, man. Like
oh
it's
my,
it's
he's
horrifying.
actually the scariest
What if the
motherfucker
villain
ever.
had the support of the people?
That's the thing. Like,
But was still the biggest piece of shit ever.
and it's like, where have we seen this before? Where he gains a lot of power and starts to sow distrust upon the country, and very Trump. You know, like, it's fantastic. It is not afraid to ask not ask the questions, but show people, hey, this is the world we're living in, and
Yeah.
you may go to superhero movies for escapism, but like.
This situation sounds a lot like this.
Yeah,
that actually
but we're not
happened.
going to say it. But yeah,
You
Right
can
there,
make
though.
that connection
Yo,
yourself.
hey, look at that very big spinoff right there.
it's
What is going
fucking
on?
fantastic. There's a scene in season 3. This isn't much of a spoiler at all.
I
But
guess
it's
the first episode.
no, I think it's
Okay.
like second. But
Go for
like,
it.
there was a Kylie Jenner ad for Coca-Cola a long time ago.
Nice.
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
remember that.
It was a huge controversy because it was like, why are we fighting when you can just drink a Coke? And it's like between riot, like it's a riot
That is
or like a
fucking-
protest versus police. And it's like,
Yeah.
how fucking closed-minded
Hey,
and
Kylie Jenner, get the fuck out of there.
Get
man.
out of
What are you
here.
doing?
But they
Put the
do.
Coca-Cola away.
But they clearly reference that in episode 3 with A-Train because he's like trying to become more of a social like status image
Yeah.
and like social justice and all that. So because they're all like self-centered, like want their ratings up
These are pieces of shit.
because they're awful people.
Yeah.
Every one of them is irredeemable to the point where it's like you can like there's no way at any point where I'll be like, oh man, I
That
really
suit-
forgive the Deep for sexually assaulting Starlight. You know,
Yeah.
like that. No,
Like, what
at
the
that
fuck?
point you're like you're done.
You're
It
done.
doesn't matter what you do. You will like that. Will forever stain
That character.
That reputation.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they do those things, and then you watch them be like these perfect humans in front of everyone else.
Yeah,
And it's
'cause they have to
actually
keep image up.
It's actually
Yeah.
the most wild thing ever, to be honest.
Very,
It's
very two-faced.
Oh my, the biggest two-face.
I've already said this episode, but this is some of the best TV that's out there right now. Because like,
It's
like we're
so
getting so much
good.
top tier gold lately, man. Like
It is. It's honestly, yeah.
season 3 of The Boys is on right now. Episode 5. No, we're on episode 6 that just came out. So when this episode comes out,
Probably
it'll
watch
be-
like 2 episodes tonight. So, I mean,
Brad, you have to.
I'm like, the ending of episode 1. First of all, is
Oh.
like, wow.
Yes, that. Yes,
Yeah, and
but-
then obviously he gets the, you know,
Yep.
the temporary, you know,
Yep.
and that's fucking dope.
Yeah.
It's so
oh, Brad,
exciting.
get to the end of episode 6, man.
I'm so excited.
Oh no, it's good. It's good stuff.
I'm gonna
like,
have to. I'm actually gonna have to binge it. I'm gonna have to throw my anime stuff to the side. For
It's
a
so
while.
tricky because like I want to
For
be
that
like,
One
oh
Punch
Beth,
Man.
you should watch this because it's a really smart show because it like satirizes shit. And at the same time, like I can't show this to
And then-
anybody. I have to go watch this in my room.
and then the first episode, someone's getting their penis crawled into by
Yep.
an Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
That was the
They-
thing,
they
though. I saw.
really, yeah. I got
And then
the,
he sneezes.
Oh, they go there, man.
It
They-
was fucking. The worst part was how they just stayed on the
Oh.
body forever. It was like,
I
why?
hate it.
It's just there.
They go for it,
Yeah.
and I love it.
Dicks on the
Um,
screen, just
Fun,
right there.
fun little fact about that episode.
Mm-hmm.
The dick was a prop.
Yeah.
They built a full-sized one for a guy to
Shut
crawl
up,
into.
Yeah.
do not. That's
Yeah.
the funniest thing ever. Imagine you walk into work as an intern or something like that. Day
What do we got to do today?
Huge penis.
Build the head of a dick.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
biggest penis ever.
I hate it. Yeah.
That's so funny.
And you might hear that and be like, oh, why would I watch that kind of shit?
Mom comes to visit.
Yeah, right. Hey,
Dick
Mom.
on set. What's that doing there?
But like again, it's just so well written. This latest episode, they've been warning everybody all week about like, hey, this is going to be like this
a big one.
There's literally a warning at the beginning of the episode. It's like some of this may not be suitable for all audiences. Like just so you know,
like they go past what they usually go past in episodes.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, like
But-
deeper topics or just
No,
like
no,
really,
no,
really,
no,
really-
no,
Just
no.
more explicit.
More explicit.
Oh wow, okay,
Mhm.
that's fucking scary to think about. 'Cause
The
I was
fact that
already
they
in
have to put a
shell-shocked.
warning on it.
Yeah, I was already shell shocked to the first episode.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, like.
But because of that, like you would think that would be the main thing of the episode.
Mhm.
But that was honestly just set dressing based on what happens in that episode and the biggest fucking things that happen in the latest episode.
Randy, you're gonna make me stay up till 6 a.m.
You
watching
have
this
to.
shit, man.
It is so good.
It's outrageous.
Carl Urban in that show? Oh my
Who
god.
does he play?
That's
Sorry, I'm not
Butcher.
good- I'm
That's
not good
Butcher.
with- Oh yeah, Butcher's amazing.
He's
acting.
so good.
Amazing acting.
Oh.
Homelander's acting is fucking.
Everybody in this
insane.
show is just
I
top
don't know,
notch, man.
It's wild. I love
Oh.
that show.
No, I just gotta show you the final fight scene that I just watched because it's incredible.
I saw part of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
that
on
kinda
Twitter?
sucks.
Yeah.
yeah, it's good.
And that alone has because from season 1 to season 2, I've always been like, nah, it's not something I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I already can like picture in my head like, oh yeah, no, people are shitty, and if they had powers, they would do shitty
Have
things.
you watched it at all, or said you watched?
I watched episode 1.
Okay, you watched episode 1, season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and,
yeah,
and that's it.
you should watch it.
So like
That's-
I
yeah.
always thought with that I would always be able to like infer like, oh, this person has invisibility. Obviously he's gonna be a fucking pervert
Mhm.
about it.
Mm-hmm.
This person can shrink. Obviously he's gonna be a fucking pervert about it.
Everybody's just happens to be a
Everyone-
pervert. about
Yeah.
things.
Like
Yeah.
you can kind of get an idea on how bad people are.
You would think, but
But
they somehow
seeing it-
elevate
Yeah.
everything every time.
Also, seeing it is so different sometimes.
Mhm.
Like some of the scenes, I'm like, wow, really? This exists and nobody knows about it?
Mm-hmm.
Or like, this happened? How the fuck did you
Do you
cover
remember-
that shit up?
Do you remember the baby in season 1? You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe. Oh yeah, no, I remember that for sure. I thought
Okay,
that was
yeah.
season 2.
No, that was season
I'm
1.
tripping. Yeah,
They go
I
in the
remember that. Shit
little
was
bee factory.
fucking
Oh my
wild.
god, it's insane. It's so funny too.
Mhm.
Like especially like yeah, the satire is really really clever and funny, which you always love to see. Anyway, I could talk about The Boys for
For
forever.
sure. Watch it.
Watch it.
But we shouldn't talk about it. We should just watch it.
Here's the okay. So we have our list of golden age television that we have right now:
Mhm.
Kenobi, Hustle, Better Call Saul, Ms. Marvel, Spiderhead, The Boys. Out of all of those, which one are we recommending that like top of the list? Noah, I want you to start.
Top of the list?
Top of the list for me, Miss Marvel.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, because it's easy watching.
It is.
Yeah.
It is easy watching. It's fun, lighthearted, even for a superhero movie that has evil, bad people in it.
Mhm.
It still feels
Grounded.
grounded.
Yeah.
In reality, and on what somebody who just came across powers would actually have to realistically do if they wanted to both maintain their identity and also further their powers.
You know what I get a lot of vibes from Ms. Marvel?
Hmm.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I was about to say it seems like a Spider-Man-esque movie by the way these guys were talking about it.
Yeah, no, it kind of is.
But like, it's not the
It's-
same at all. It's
No,
just I
not
get
at
those similar vibes, and I really loved Homecoming, and I'm really loving this. So maybe I
It's,
just like coming of age.
It's
stories.
very like
Lighthearted? I guess not
comic
lighthearted
book
would be the
Spider-Man.
word.
It's like what?
Comic book Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Where it has a lot more focus on like the like schooling and identity in school and everything.
Yeah.
While also trying to balance out the secret identity.
Brad, out of that
On
list,
top of the list?
Yeah. what's going on top?
Probably the boys. I mean,
Yeah.
probably the boys.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be the boys. I mean, then what else? Like I don't know. The movies on there, like Hustle and Spiderhead, they're good. They're not the boys. They're not the boys.
Yep.
And I haven't watched Better Call Saul, but I'm sure it's probably up there for you too.
Yeah.
Well, what's yours, Randy?
I honestly, I think it's Ms. Marvel, mainly because of the
Really?
reasons that Noah said.
Really?
I can't. The Boys is not for everyone.
Okay.
That
no,
is true.
that's
At
true.
all.
You
That is
can.
true.
You got to be a specific audience.
Anybody
for that.
could watch.
The
Ms.
fact
Marvel.
my mom
Yeah.
was watching was like, I was like, no shot. My mom loves The Boys. I was like,
Oh, shit,
I
really?
was like, Mom, you've seen these things? Your eyeballs have seen the same things I've seen.
That's really
I
awkward.
was like, I'm never talking about this show
Yep,
with you.
no
ever.
thanks.
I'm just gonna say it's
Remember
good.
that
We're both
one
gonna agree.
scene in The Boys? Nope.
No, we don't want to talk about it. We're having
No.
breakfast, Mom. Come on.
I'm going to puke, Mom.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what you've seen.
But yeah, like I think Ms. Marvel is just genuinely a great time and like
Mhm.
easily accessible to everyone.
For
So
sure.
if you're taking anything out of all these things that we talked about, go watch Ms. Marvel.
I do want to bring up this thing. I was talking about The Boys with my mom because she started watching. She was on like episode 3 of season 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You watched The Boys yet? I heard they come out of the new season." And she turned around and was just cheesing. She was like, "Yeah, man, I've watched. I'm so excited." Telling me talking about it. So like, it is for like just watch the show, man.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna endorse it some more.
Oh my god! Of course,
not for
no.
kids though.
Honestly,
Not for
like
kids.
Ms. Marvel, but like if you're into The Boys is above Ms. Marvel. For sure.
R-rated for sure.
But like I appreciate how we have a difference of shows right now, where we
Yeah.
have Ms. Marvel, which is nice and wholesome, and like also
Anybody can watch. Yeah.
yeah. But then we have The Boys. My Wednesday,
You wanna
Friday,
go off
like,
the edge?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm so desensitized to gore now.
Me
like
too.
I was not before The Boys. I remember the first season.
Oh,
was
that's
like,
just
wow.
that's
but
just
now I'm,
something
like,
of our
straight up
generation
desensitized.
and the access we have on internet.
Yeah.
The Boys still shell shocked my
That's
shit,
my
though.
thing. The Boys still gets me. Where
Yeah.
like there'll be times where I'm just like, oh, like that's fucked
fucking
up,
gross.
you know. But
Some fucking wild. They get so creative with the terrible things.
do you remember
it's
the
insane.
whale?
Yes. Remember the dolphin?
Yeah, I remember the
dolphin
dolphin.
was hilarious.
Oh my god.
Awful, but so funny.
Yep.
And then there was
We could say that. Well, you remember the baby? You remember the dolphin? You remember the Nazi?
What
You
the
remember
fuck?
like yeah. It's a good show.
that is insane.
Anyway, we're running a little. Well, no, we're doing okay because I do want to bring up Lightyear.
Yes.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The most recent movie that we watched.
Did a little,
We all
outing with the boys.
Yeah.
we
Not the
all
boys,
went out
but these
to
boys.
we all went out to the movies, and we were the only 3 people in the theater.
Yep.
Awesome.
That was both before the movie started concerning, but after the movie started, kind of liberating.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have to like worry about social norms. We could just
We could just talk.
Fucking awesome.
It was
fun.
great. It was great.
It was a fun time.
Feet on the chair in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
Full spread.
Popcorn.
Just whatever.
Every time something happens, I'm like, oh shit.
it was good. It was at the end of the day, it is a kids movie.
Mhm.
And I feel like that is something that has to be stated. It is a Pixar kids movie.
It really is, yeah. Still entertaining to watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, like
Funny
any,
gags. I laughed quite a few times, to be honest. I
Yeah.
can't lie to you.
Oh yeah, and it was nice to see a lot of callbacks to like our childhood Pixar movie, which would have been Toy Story.
Yeah.
Which is the perfect timing for it, to be honest. Cause
Oh,
you
yeah.
gotta- you can bring your kid there. You're like, oh, I remember that from Toy Story. and
Yeah.
all this
Yeah,
other
you
stuff,
get
which is
that
nice
you get that familiar connection of between ages
to see. Mhm.
because you get to see the movie that Andy watched that influenced him to get Buzz Lightyear,
Yeah.
and then at the same time, it's still a kids movie for your kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very simple plot line, really. Like it's not like anything was too. It's not like anything was too different about it. You know what I mean? It
yeah.
didn't set it apart from the crowd, but it's
Yeah.
not a bad movie at all.
No, I think this movie's fine. Like,
Some of the visuals are really cool.
Oh,
Seeing
yeah,
space-
totally.
Seeing
Oh
Pixar
yeah,
do space
this
is really cool.
hyperspace thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
That
super
was really
cool.
pretty.
yeah, at the end of the day, like it was good. Like I love Pixar. I think they do like fantastic work. Turning Red earlier this year,
Turning Red's great.
fucking amazing.
Oh, great movie.
So like Lightyear felt like a blockbuster movie that was good.
Throw it on for a kid any day.
Exactly.
I would
That's my
recommend it
thing. It's not for
anytime.
me. Like this is a movie that I can watch. Obviously, like obviously I can be entertained by it. But if I was a kid watching this, I'd be like, oh man, that's
So
crazy.
It would
Oh
be-
my god, the harpoon guy, that's
flipping shit.
funny.
Be flipping shit.
Yeah, socks. I want 12
Oh,
socks.
my
I want
God.
all of the songs.
Everybody
I want-
wants socks.
There's a cat. There's a robotic cat in this fucking movie, and it's the best
He's
character.
a fucking Swiss Army
I
knife.
Oh
fucking
my God.
love it. He's
Love
so
it
funny.
so much. He's so fucking funny.
Just vibing all the time. Beep boop beep boop beep boop.
So I feel like so Lightyear was on my film draft.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the elephant in the room.
I would like to.
The Metacritic score?
The Metacritic score,
Let me
And the
pull it up.
reasoning
which
for it?
at the moment is
Let me pull it up. Hold on. Lightyear sitting at a 60,
60%.
which is mixed. That doesn't mean awful.
No.
Metacritic does, I think, like below 50 turns to the red. So I think it's like 50 to 7, like below 69.
Yeah.
Nice. Is yellow. And then above that is green.
Yeah.
absolutely outrageous why it's low, though.
But that's also like another thing. Like when we keep stating that it's a kids movie,
Mhm.
kids aren't the ones reviewing this.
No, and that's
These are full-grown adults
Mm.
that are expecting a compelling movie with compelling characters and a
which I still think could have been done.
it could have
for
been
sure.
done, but at the same point, if the movie is for kids,
Mhm.
that is just extra work that you're putting into something that's not going to be appreciated by the target audience.
Yes. I totally, it's going to go over their head.
Yeah.
Until they rewatch it later as adults and be like, oh, I didn't pick up on the themes.
But
of
that's
this.
not something you need to do.
No, and like, yeah, you can just go for like the minimum, not the bare minimum, but like you can go for like, we're going to create a spectacle for kids, but we're not going to create like a hard hitting, like there's one very emotional beat in it, but otherwise like,
Yeah, that was actually super duper sad.
oh,
It was.
That was hard hitting.
that hurt.
One thing I think held the movie back was definitely like just character development in general. I feel like a lot of the characters were pretty shallow and like.
Yeah.
But I mean, like obviously, but not a child's not gonna be like, I need to have a deep understanding of Lightyear.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So what's his trauma? What's his past? What's
what-
his, you know, like,
why is
What's
he
his
doing
drive?
this?
what's his hero's journey looking like?
What's his
Yeah.
biggest regrets?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We do get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, Noah, like this movie is being reviewed by
Not the target audience.
not the target audience,
Yeah.
and at some point you have to look at the idea of a review and understand that it will always be there's no perfect review system.
No.
It's what happened whenever like IGN gives a score. They're like, oh well, clearly this guy's biased because he's played this all the other games.
You're
It's
telling
like,
me
well,
this guy's a Tetris master and he's reviewing Elden Ring?
yeah, like, okay. So there's no perfect review score. There's no way to eliminate bias or anything like that.
It's purely what's the word?
Subjective.
Subjective. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's purely
Exactly. It is
subjective.
one person's opinion. However, that one person works at a specific outlet. You know, so when we see a Metascore of 60, I think the movie was fine. So I would agree with like a 60 to 70 because like I think it's okay.
Yeah.
It's the morons like the 78 user score reviews that gave it like a red. Like probably a 0.
Yeah.
Because they're upset because there was a lesbian peck on the fucking
It
lips
was
in the
the
movie.
smallest kiss. I literally blinked and missed it.
It was
I was like,
gone.
oh, what the
Yeah.
fuck? That was what it was about?
It's just like that's my thing.
It was gone, and that was it. And that was in the first
Half hour.
half hour of the movie.
Yep.
I'm so dumb.
And the rest of the movie never touched on it ever again.
It was like just a natural thing. Like, this is who she is.
It was very natural.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a great way to
Well,
put
and
it.
that's just
wasn't-
the
it
thing.
wasn't like it
Some
was, like,
people
in
don't
your
think
face
that that
about
is
it.
natural.
Oh yeah. Fucking propaganda.
Anyways,
But yeah,
But I feel like at the same point, that scene, I feel like we're kind of blowing it out of proportion as that being the leading factor as to why there's so many of the negative reviews. Like, do the negative reviews actually mention that?
the user ones absolutely.
The user ones obviously would.
The critical ones no.
No.
yeah,
The critical ones are like, where's the story? Like, why are we not getting hit hard with emotion like we typically do in a Pixar
Because
film?
kids don't need to be hit hard with emotion.
No, but when you are reviewing a film, you have to look at it as from all aspects of storytelling, cinematography,
yeah,
presentation.
The
You know,
reviewer's
like
doing the job. Honestly,
that's
just,
what they're paid
obviously,
to
Yeah,
do.
that is what they're made to do.
But you also have to like obviously I saw a great Letterboxd review to maybe like help guide this a bit. I saw a great Letterboxd review that was like I went to Lightyear and this little girl and her mom sat next to me and I was like, oh, get away, germs. But I was having an okay time with it, but it was the little girl that was watching with wide eyes up at Buzz Lightyear and repeating lines back to the screen. And that's when I realized that this movie is not for me, but is for these kids that will have this growing up.
no, for sure.
And I think that's really a lot more important than a stupid score on Metacritic.
Yeah, for sure. Bring your kid to this any day of the week.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, kids are gonna eat this up.
Don't
They're
take them
gonna
to Jurassic
love
World.
Saul.
Don't take them to fucking...
Don't ever do that.
Your kids are gonna fucking love socks.
Dinosaurs are
Oh my
dumb.
god, I love Socks.
Everybody loves socks.
Socks is the best character.
I might get a pop of socks if it comes.
I was about to say if they come out with a socks
sock
pop,
I might get it. A socks pop.
sock pop, then
That's pop.
it's like R2D2. Everybody loves R2D2. This is just R2D2, but even more for kids.
Yeah. Totally.
Good movie.
Good enough.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would like I would say I would rather bring a kid to Lightyear than Soul. Like, I feel like a child would like Lightyear more than Soul.
Exactly. And I would love Soul more.
And
Soul
I
definitely
love
feels
Soul.
like the kind of movie that is made for older audiences.
Soul was probably one of my favorite like animated movies of my age now. Like,
Well,
at my
it's
age.
one of those movies that Pixar made, that they made it in the Pixar style that we all grew up with. So it holds that sentimental value, but then they were also still able to touch on
mortality, and
more
all this
morality and like career building
Mhm.
and everything like that a lot of people these days will struggle with.
Yeah, totally.
They made
Relevant topics.
relevant
Follow your
topics.
dreams.
They made Lightyear in the same style because it fucking works,
Kinda
and they
works.
just they made it for a different audience.
That's the thing. Like, Turning Red had a more emotionally impactful story to me.
for sure.
But I think going forward, considering how much content it seems that Pixar is putting out, I think it's going to be just an alternating thing of like, okay, this one's for people to cry at.
Yep.
And this is one that is for the blockbuster.
I think
This is a fun one.
I do think Turning Red did manage to hit the perfect medium.
Me
though.
too.
Like
Me too.
like if I was a child watching Turning Red, I'd be like, "That was like this is awesome." And
Yeah,
as
I
an-
wanna
as
be
an
a red
adult-
panda.
Yeah, as an adult, I'm like, "This is fucking awesome, man."
Yeah.
Like either way, it's good. But yeah,
Mhm.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So that is that.
Anyways, end of the day, I'm down 10 points.
You are down 10 points. Right now, Brad
R.I.P.
minus 39, Mike minus 36,
Minus
Noah
39, baby.
minus 25, and Randy in first with plus 25.
Eat shit and die.
I got fucking Black Adam
ass.
coming up, man. I'm fucked. You have 3 bangers coming up, Noah.
I have
also have
Nope,
bangers coming
Gray
up.
Man, and why am I forgetting the last
Are we
one?
going to watch Nope? Is that a thing? We're
Oh,
doing?
absolutely. I'm going to go see
Absolutely.
Noah.
I'm
We are
gonna
going to
piss
watch Nope.
myself, but yeah,
Noah, you have...
popcorn flying across the movie theater.
Yeah, you have
Bullet
Bullet
Train.
Train. Yeah, that's it.
And then, but you also have to remember, I also have Wakanda,
Yeah, you have Wakanda Forever.
and that is another one that's kind of
Could be controversial.
could be controversial.
They could nail it or they could miss it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still have Thor.
You have
Lover.
Thor.
You got
Love
Thor
and
Love and
Thunder.
Thunder next
and,
week, baby.
And I have Avatar 2 still.
Yep.
So
Yeah, you're doing all right.
you know, I've got some room to work with. Definitely getting dragged down by the third rendition of the Fantastic Beasts. Maybe could've
Black Panther
grabbed
1
of the
has an
other music
88.
things.
So I think, like, socially, you're good in terms of critical response.
There will be.
I believe that it's going to be another one of those movies where the audience score is going to love it,
Mhm.
and the critics are going to have problems.
Like
Really?
Elvis, like Elvis
I think
right
so.
now.
Okay. We'll see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, we were going to go into a big old deep dive into the film draft, but I think we covered everything I wanted to
I
cover.
think we
Yeah,
got
for sure.
everything.
So, let's call it a day.
Is that
That's
a
it?
day?
I think that's it.
Is that what you're calling it?
That's
ring,
what I'll
ring,
call
ring,
it.
ring, ring, ring.
Hey, well, hello.
Yeah, this is the day.
Hey. That was bad.
Was it bad?
No, that's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I thought it was pretty good.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
People would definitely use that as an outro.
Yeah.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I
Definitely.
might start using that more often now.
Okay.
Just as a joke.
You want to do more often? If somebody asks me at work, like, "Hey, man, can you do this for me or whatever?" and I'll be like,
Sorry,
"Oh,
I got to take this phone call.
let me check in the back if I care."
Ooh, that's spice.
And I'll
So
go back there
bad.
for 5 minutes. I'll be like, "Oh man, turns out I don't."
let me go take a look in the back,
Sorry,
see if
dog.
I can help you.
See if I can find a shit to give. I can't do that.
Sorry, I moved some pallets around. There's no shit there. Man. Not a single one.
Sorry, it looks like we're fresh out of thoughts.
I had to go digging, but we definitely don't have any. I'm sorry.
I could like transfer a fuck in for you, but
I'll
that
check
might
the
take a
website,
couple
see if
weeks.
I can get some from the warehouse, but it's gonna take a while.
check the inventory system. Turns out we're out company wide right now. So
company wide, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah,
company wide fucks are gone.
that's really funny. We're gonna get out of here. I'm really tired.
I'm gonna use that on one of you guys.
Please do. I'm gonna do that to somebody on the employee draft.
The employee draft.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the schedule. That's the word. The schedule.
Lady just trying to sleep, man.
Oh man. Thanks. It's really hot in here. Have you noticed?
It's always on.
Not
Yeah.
that bad.
No, I'm
I'm also
dying.
wearing shorts though.
Yeah,
I think I might start wearing more shorts to the podcast.
I think so. Me too. Thanks so much for listening, guys and girls and everyone. I am Randy, and I would like to give a shout out to our editor, Dan Mosionier. Daniel. He does a great job at editing our podcast. Does a great job at creating dope intro and outro music that you probably heard on the way in,
Shit
and you will
slaps,
definitely
man.
hear on the way out. And yeah.
If I don't watch an episode of The Junk, like if I don't fully watch it or don't have the time, I'll just listen to the intro. And then I love Randy's intro, so I just love listening to that. And then listen to the end because I want to hear Daniel's music.
That's
at
the thing,
least,
yeah.
At the very least.
Typically, whenever I get the edit back from Dan, I'm like, all right, here we go. Intro, outro, baby. I want to hear it all.
Let's see what kind of music we got today.
Yes, sir.
One day he's just gonna put the worst music ever. He's gonna make.
I want just like grade 6 recorder.
Just arranged.
I want some kid doing hot cross buns.
That'd be really funny. So yeah, thanks, Dan. His YouTube channel is in the description if you want to check out his other music, which one of his pieces of music has a lot of views. I can't remember which one it is, but it's very close to like a lot. Thanks to Creation Nation Makerspace for letting us use their dope pad for a fee every month. Guess what? You're a student, you get $25 a month here.
That's so crazy.
Which gets you access to a wood shop and 3D printers and
resin printers.
Resin printers. So many things.
There's a lot of things in here.
You want to make a T-shirt? Go ahead and make a T-shirt.
Make it right now. Make it right now. We'll do it for you.
Hats? You want to make hats?
They do have hats.
They have hats. You can make them.
They have hats?
Make them.
Yeah.
Wow.
At the Makerspace.
At the Makerspace.
And lastly but not leastly, thanks to all of the supporters. Cassie, I know you're listening to this point.
Hey,
she's gonna be out here timestamping this.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Cassie.
Jordan, I know you're here. I know you don't care about a lot of the things we talked about, but I appreciate you listening.
And to those out there that are just like putting this on as like background sound, we see you.
We see you.
We appreciate you.
We hear you. Yeah. So, without further ado, goodbye, everyone.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later, I guess.
Farewell.